Hello, and welcome to Let Them Cook. I'm Christina, Senior Director of Learning and Organizational Development.
And I'm Jenna, Learning and Development Partner. And today we are talking about keeping your partnership with L&D super sweet, just like the chocolate mousse that we're going to make.
L&D is about solving real business problems and driving growth within your organization. And to do that, we need to ensure that L&D operates as a true business partner rather than in isolation. Now, with that said, as you already know, I love dessert, so let's get started.
Let's.
For this making of a mousse, we started by heating up half a cup of heavy cream in the microwave for 1 minute. So we'll go ahead and add that to our mixing bowl. Thank you, Jenna. And then we're going to add 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Quality control.
Oh yes, gotta make sure they're semi-sweet.
And we're going to add these in, stir them up, and let them sit for 5 minutes to allow the chocolate to melt. One for me. I really love that this is an easy microwavable approach to making a mousse rather than having to use a double boiler. Now, when it comes to partnering with your L&D teams, your first step will be to identify if the business gap and needs can be solved through a learning intervention. Is this gap something that can be closed through the acquisition of new knowledge or skills?
Or is something else going on that needs to be addressed within processes, performance, or culture? Great L&D partners ask the right questions to really get to the heart of the problem. And we know when to say no because the gap won't be closed through an L&D intervention.
When partnering with your L&D teams, you can expect us to take a critical lens and delve deep into the challenges that you present.
All right, let's see how that chocolate's doing.
Yes, let's.
Our chocolate has been sitting in that warm cream for about 5 minutes and has melted really, really beautifully. And now Christina has been whisking the chocolate and cream together until nice and smooth.
I'm trying not to eat it, but it is tempting. I'm also just trying to get any little small bits worked out so that we really have a nice, creamy, and smooth mousse.
Beautiful. Now, another way to ensure that L&D can act as a true business partner is to bring L&D into the discussion from the outset. So often we can be brought into a project halfway through or even reactively versus at the beginning. Bringing us in earlier can help leaders define the actions that will result in the greatest success. Ultimately, we can't help you prepare the menu once the dinner party has already started.
Yes, we are your consultants. Many L&D practitioners are trained in organizational development and can support in things like change your talent management, culture building, and employee experience and engagement. Now, working with L&D teams, expect us to ask you to show us the data. We're trained to verify your qualitative experiences with strong data and a thorough analysis of resources, processes, and other components of needs assessment.
Right. Remember, L&D is trained to solve the most critical business challenges. So help us help you by building your business case and coming prepared with the essentials.
I'm impressed we got through that. It's hard to focus with how good this chocolate smells.
It does smell delicious. All right, I'm going to grab that whipped cream.
Fantastic. So for our mousse, we've whipped 1 cup of cream with an electric hand mixer until soft peaks have formed. Now, as a top tip, make sure that your bowl is cold. One of the first times I whipped cream at a young age, it was a hot summer day and the bowl was warm and I actually made butter. True story. Now, we've placed half a cup of our whipped cream in the fridge to cool that we're going to use to top our finished mousse.
Now, back to partnering with your L&D teams. When you do so, it really is crucial to truly partner with us. Your program becomes so much stronger when you provide subject matter experts for us to work with. We also need your support in identifying strong champions and change agents to drive the changes that your programs are aiming to achieve.
When you're seeking support for an intervention, let's go on the journey together and be active partners.
All right, now that the chocolate mixture has cooled, we have added our whipped cream and Christina's gonna go ahead and fold it in.
What do you mean by fold?
Christina, you fold it in.
So folding is not quite the same as stirring or mixing. It's a much gentler action. You're actually trying to get a little bit more volume. And the reason for this is you want a nice, light, and airy mousse. So give it a nice, big motion and literally, like Jenna said, fold it in. You're going to do that until your whipped cream essentially disappears and your dark chocolate turns into a nice kind of milk chocolatey color.
That looks
It
gorgeous.
does look amazing.
Now, once the cream is folded in, go ahead and you can portion that into your serving dishes. And once we've done that, we will pop these back into the fridge for an additional 4 hours to cool before we serve them.
Now, to close out our best practices when partnering with L&D, Our last tip is to focus on fewer better things. It's hard to focus when you've got chocolate mousse in your hand. So ask yourself, what is the one thing that would have the greatest impact for my function or the organization as a whole if I could leverage the support and partnership of L&D?
Right. Has it been 4 hours yet?
God, I wish it has. All right, I'm going to do a taste test. That's magic. That's good stuff.
All right, it has finally been a few hours, so I'm going to grab those mousse ramekins out of the fridge so that we can add our toppings.
I love this recipe because if you take a quick break in the morning, give it a few hours, you're going to have a sweet treat just in time for an afternoon pick-me-up. So what are you topping with?
I'm going to top with some whipped cream, some strawberries, and some coconut. Here, I'm going to hand that to you. Now, we will also add that this recipe does serve 6, but today Christina and I are each identifying as 3 people. So 6 people or 2 learning ladies.
Beautiful.
Right. Now, to sum it up, when business leaders and L&D come together like chocolate and cream, we whip up some real results.
Thanks for watching. We hope you get the most out of partnering with your L&D team.
The what?
The most out of partnering with your L&D team.
And take it one bite at a time.
Or spoon.
For more information and the complete recipe for this mousse, visit us at d2l.com/letthemcook. Cheers.
Cheers. So good. Delicious. Actually, I want another bite.